Good. We are on our way to location B. I know today is a little bit later than normal. Um, don't know what to tell you. It just is what it is. Had a lot of shit I had to drop off today, so boom, we're there on that. We're low on volume there. Eventually, you guys are gonna start hearing me. What I do is I'm trying to learn Portuguese right now. So what I do is I will go on YouTube and I actually use anime to learn Portuguese. And I will. I'll just verify this thing is on. Okay. And what I'll do is they have X-Men Evolution. If any of you guys remember that old TV show back in like early 2000s, it used to be Saturday morning cartoons. They actually have that show dubbed over in Portuguese. If you guys are ever curious, just type in the name that the anime that you're looking for, and if you type in dublado, then DUBLADO, then it'll start giving you search answers for animes in Portuguese. I go to a site called Anime Drive. I've searched a couple. That seems to be the best one so far. And I started rewatching Bleach. I kind of rewatched Bleach like the entire first season from like episode 1 all the way till pretty much Aizen leaves, like the first 60 something episodes. I saw all that shit dubbed. If you're curious and you want it in subtitles, if you type in legenda. Legenda is it means it's dubbed. Sorry, it means it's dubbed. So you can go ahead and I just want to show hands are free. So yeah, so if you want to do something like that, I made a video on TikTok on like if anybody was interested on learning Portuguese, and you're an anime fan, that's probably the best thing you could do. I kind of got the idea. One, it's always good to listen to the language that you want to learn. Like I'm between learning Japanese and Portuguese. Japanese I've just wanted to learn over time because I watch anime and I would like to go to Japan and buy my car one day, like fly over there, make a vlog, meet somebody. Like, well, I have already met somebody from here, maybe the person that I'm practicing Japanese with. When we get there, we just link up with them. We could do the whole take us to the car shit. We buy the car, spend the rest of the vacation with them, and shit like that. Buying NSXs, R34 Skyline, S15 Sylvia, maybe a Hakosuka GTR, and import it over here. So hopefully these tariffs ain't gonna be a fucking issue at that point. But it is what it is. If anybody's listening right now, if they can just kind of confirm for me that you guys can hear me with the mic, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, very much looking forward to that part of my life when it happens. And I don't know what part of Japan because it's just gonna be a matter of whoever I link up with and where I go. I'd love to go see certain racetracks like Suzuka, Fuji, Ebisu, Suzuka. If I didn't say Suzuka, Tsukuba. Sorry, Tsukuba is the other one. Yeah, and it'd be even better if I could get all my homies to come with me. Like once the brand becomes successful enough and all that stuff, I can have my buddies from Cali and my buddy in Colorado. Like, yeah, y'all mobbing with me. Like, y'all my brothers. So we'll end up flying to fucking Japan. We'll each get our dream car and come the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? It'll be pretty sick. So thank you guys all for joining the live right now. I appreciate y'all. My name is Sergio, clothing brand owner. GiNkO Chiefs is my gamer tag if y'all want to see me game. Recently came up on some YouTubes yesterday, the ones that dropped on Saturday, the matcha. So I'm gonna try doing a video on those today, B-roll today, edited and everything, so it could be going down tomorrow. I started chunking down a bunch of videos that I have on my phone because I just had too much that I haven't put out. So it's crazy, man. Every time I join the live, it always caps at 6 people. Thank you for whoever sent me the like. I appreciate y'all very much. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a video on that. I just got the funds in yesterday to start looking for a sewing machine that does the embroidery. That Brothers one, just to kind of start. I want to do embroidery. I want to start off in that tier of just like doing some embroidery with the logo, something with my drawings, something anime or samurai related. I don't know, just something. I want to do something. Today, later, I'm probably going to start researching and see which ones are the best ones. I finally saw a video that I needed to see about how to calibrate my 3D printer. I have a Elegoo Neptune 4 Plus 3D printer that I want to start using. I want to create something for my Funko Pops that I am starting to collect. So, yeah, that's something going forward that's going to be it's going to be on this channel, the apparel channel. Because my other channel, I have a GiNkO Kicks gaming channel. That one's got everything to do with my sneaker collection, uh, how I game, like all my gaming streams are on that, and really my sock collection because I just recently started collecting socks like 2-3 months ago. So that's what bombards that page. I got a gardening channel that pretty much is like my health channel. Anything that's got to do with eating better, exercising, mental health, um, my herbal remedies of chiefing. Um, So anything in regards to that is on that channel. And then the apparel channel pretty much handles everything else. Funko Pop collection, which is what I'm starting right now. The progress of the brand, like making screen prints. Now when I get the brother embroidery machine, how I'm gonna start doing that, where I'm gonna do my logos, fucking with the sizing and all that kind of stuff. What else is on there? My sketches, my drawing, because again, that's stuff that's going to transfer over to the clothing and apparel. Um, Cars. Once I get more into the car scene, that'll be that. So, what I've really been wanting to do, anime reactions. Something I've been wanting to look at around here is where I can host um, anime. What do they call it? Like a watch party. I want to see if there's anywhere that we can host like an anime watch party. Um, like on a Saturday or a Sunday, like Saturday night, somewhere that's open till like I don't know. I need to find something. I seen a video of like people watching the last episode of Solo Leveling, and it was a bunch of people just watching it, and it was pretty dope, man. Like I feel like I would like to host something like that, like to where people can come and they look at me and shit, and they'll be like, oh, like that's like like kind of being the cool kid in high school, but like as an adult. Whoa, 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 whoa. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to look into. Wow, why did you even go red? What was the whole point of that? So yeah, that's my goal with that going forward. Um, yeah, anything else Funko wise? I'm still waiting for. So apparently, damn, I gotta check that. So apparently, USPS had reached out to the seller, the guy I bought it from, because the guy that I bought it from made a claim that my shit didn't arrive. He reached out to USPS, opened the claim. They said they were going to pick up the item and then re-deliver it, um, which sounded cool on paper, obviously. But I'm not pessimistic, but I know there's just certain shit that happens in my life that it's like it's me. Like there's times where shit might happen, and I might be at a store and the customer's like, "I'm so sorry, like we actually don't have it." And like I thought we did. I'm like, honestly, it's not your fault. It's mine. Believe me, it's the vibe of my life where I'm gonna be the last one where it didn't have it, or something breaks, or like the other day, I was opening something and when I finally got it open, like all my seeds popped out. Like what the fuck? Or there was another one that happened the other day that shit just pissed me off. Like come on, yo. Like oh, I was looking at plants at Walmart with my mom, like by the gardening section, like where they have like the mints and the rosemary and the basil, like the basic shit, the culinary herbs. And I was trying to look at another one that looked better, and in doing that, I dropped the one in the front, and then like all the soil falls into like the potatoes that are like right under it, the tomatoes that are like right under it. And I look at my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I'm like, I promise you that shit is me, yo. Every single fucking time, that shit is me, and it is very disturbing. Sorry, I was using this on my drive over here. I'm trying to work on my grip strength. These are 150 pounds. I don't know if you can see that. These are one. Oh, this is just mirror imaged. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's 150. So I use them this way. I kind of my left is not the strongest, so I'll max out with the left hand since it's the weakest, and then I'll go with the right hand and just match that so that they're in pairings. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I gotta research on the printer, see which one's the best one. Uh, for some basic, because I like a big one if I could manage it. Like I forget what they call it, the frame window or something like that. Because I guess common size is like 4 inch by 4 inch. But then I could always like piece it. Like I could have a 4 inch by 4 inch, but then have another one be like have the other half of it be elsewhere. Like I can move it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to limit myself. I can do like 4 by 4 here and then just do something. Just move the machine and do something else on this side. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I pretty much just want to see videos on how people do stuff. Um, cost effectiveness. What should I be pricing stuff at? Like you said, do my research on the whole thing because I think that would be pretty sick. I already looked at shirts that I want, and I still want to get try 2 or 3 other ones, like demo shirts, just to see how they feel, how they fit, what I want to go with. But I essentially want to have like a lightweight shirt and a heavyweight shirt. Like the lightweight shirt is just something you can wear. Like, look, man, I live in Atlanta. It's fucking hot out here, yo. That shit gets like 90 something degrees with like 80-90% humidity. Like, I'm not doing that, yo. I need a very lightweight shirt. So I found the blanks that I do like for the lightweightness. I just still want to see if there might be something, a little bit better. But I do like the ones I got. And then for the heavyweight shirts, I have one that I'm okay with, but I still want to see if there's like 2 other ones I can potentially go with and be like, okay, I'll fuck with these. So we're gonna have to find out and see what is the best way to do that. Um, if I can find thin hoodies too, that'd be nice. But I've been thinking about starting off with like 2 to 3 size runs. It's not gonna break my pocket. Still something to do. Like maybe even a size run. Do 1 size run. Have that be able to get me 3, and just start compounding effect. Whatever I make gets put right back into the business to do more stuff, either to get more shirts, or whatever the case may be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now make sure these got to click. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So far, this is the most I've ever done in a set. 13. About a month or 2 ago, I could only do like 3 or 5. Okay, 14. Fuck. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I could have kept going on that one, but I don't want this one to get stronger than the left one. So this one maxed out. I keep count of the reps on this one, and I start from that one on this hand and count down. I'm always somebody, if I do workout sets, I always count down. Psychologically, I feel like I just feel more capable of achieving what I got to do if I'm counting down closer to 1. And then don't forget, if you do use these, you can always like this, and you work it out this way. You're gonna you work out like this part of your form. But if you use it the other way, I had a friend who was a biker. Well, I have a friend who's a biker, and he actually, when I taught him this method this way, he was like, "I never thought about that. This would be dope." I guess when you drive the bike, that's your gas or whatever. So if you do it this way, you end up working like the top part of your muscle, like this muscle here. And if you do it from this way, like the normal way, then you end up getting this whole part worked out. You're still going to work out this one as well. Like you're still end up working out both no matter how you do it. But it's more concentrated in that muscle group, depending on how you hold that. So, just FYI. I have the windows down a little bit. Normally, I have them down when I'm driving, but I'm trying to limit air noise with the mic. But I do have this thing on, so I'm gonna experiment and see how it holds up for the drive. Because I'm about to jump on the freeway right now. I probably got a good like 25, 30 minutes before I get to point B. So we'll see how it goes. This is the same guy from yesterday. This guy's always here at my freeway entrance. And he just stands there. Some gentleman, like just with a shirt over his head. Yesterday he didn't have the shirt over his head, and I was expecting to see it. Today I wasn't expecting to see a shirt over his head, and he's got a shirt over his head. So that's fascinating. Um, the good thing about me going live too, as you saw me yawn right now, for whatever reason, whenever I start driving to the other location and I jump on the freeway, I get this like, how would I call it? This just overwhelming sleepiness feeling. I don't know how to fucking describe it. But I just get super fucking tired, yo. Like long blinks, everything. I'm sober. I'm not medicated at all by any means during the drive or when I'm driving for work. Um, just because, I'm trying to be responsible and shit. I wait till I get home to be the peace of my house. But yeah, that's something I noticed. Um, and if I'm gonna be talking and like live and stuff like that and interacting with y'all, that shit could probably keep me up. Now, if I'm still sleepy while I'm doing this, I can feel my eyes still feel heavy right now. I've been starting to think if this car be like leaking little bits of just carbon monoxide, and that shit's just like wearing me down as I drive. Because it literally be when I'm smashing, like on like freeway speeds or dipping, that this exhaustion would hit me. I used to think, well, I still think that if it's not that, then it has slightly to do with the bounce. Like the van has a little bounce to it, and I think that somewhat lulls me to sleep. I used to go to sleep in New York. We used to go to these whatever they were called Alateen meetings. It's for kids whose parents were alcoholics and stuff like that. And my mom used to go to one for like the women and the wives. It was like Al-Anon, and for the kids it was Alateen. So when we went, um, I used to fall asleep on the trains. Like we'd be in the subways on the way there, or sorry, on the way back, and sometimes I'd even be standing. Like it wouldn't even matter. Like I can go to sleep wherever. If I'm fucking tired, I'm knocking out. It doesn't matter where it's at. But yeah, like if you've ever been in a subway train, you'll know it's just like da 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 da, and it's got like a sway kind of hop to it. It's the best way I can describe it. So that's what that shit makes me think of. Like I think that's what potentially lulls me to sleep here is that this shit's got a bounce to it. I do have questions. I remember saying yesterday that I was going to have questions that I was going to ask myself. I do have them here. First question. Let's see what's up here. What was the first anime you ever watched? I think technically first anime I ever watched it's either going to be Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon. And I think it might be Pokemon, honestly. Yeah, I think it was Pokemon because I was into Pokemon in New York still before I left. When I moved to California, that's when Dragon Ball came up. Because I used to go to my buddy Eric's house and watch it on Toonami. He used to drop like at 5:30, the Cell Saga. Like, it was actually the Namek Saga. Like, Goku ain't even arrived yet. So that's probably the first one I've seen is Pokemon. Favorite anime character of all time and why? If I had to pick, probably Namikaze Minato. If you see my little character that I draw, not the one for the logo, but there's another character that I'm going to be drawing that's going to be like anime. He's going to be like the anime centric theme character for when I do anime type shit. If you look at his hair is Minato hair. Um, I've always had a thing for teleporters and speedsters in any comic book or story of any kind. I always fuck with the speedsters and the teleporters. And Minato's story in Naruto is just dope. Like the fastest shinobi, um, considered genius level. Um, what else? Just his folklore, like that, like just how cool he was. And then that whole episode where you see the backstory of like Naruto's birth and how Obito shows up and Kushina, I think that's the one. That's the mom's name. How she sees him, and like you get the whole backstory when they were little, and you see how he was when he was younger, and he was still a badass, fucking dudes up. I don't know, like he just got a swag to him that makes him like my favorite character. So, Minato Namikaze all day. Who rivals him now? If I have to give one, probably Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. Sung Jin Woo is that motherfucker is motivating. Like I saw the second to last episode or last episode. I think it was the last episode of the season when it dropped. No, second to last because he's throwing it down with the ant. And yeah, dude, like he makes me want to work out. So yeah, Jin Woo could definitely be up there too. Honorable mention. Um, no. Any anime series or movies that deeply impacted me? One Piece. Till this day, I will try my damnedest to finish everything on my plate when it comes to food because of Sanji. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The moment I came across that arc where he gets introduced and you see the starving that him and the cook that teaches him, the pirate cook that teaches him how to cook, the one that he claims to be his dad, that whole little part, that shit changed my life forever, man. And I became a lot more focused in like leg workouts. But yeah, Sanji and eating the whole food, and it made me a little bit more curious about the art of cooking and like what all it entails and stuff like that. I'm a beast with a knife. When I used to date my Brazilian girl, she used to tell me like when we would be cooking something that I help her out, and she'd be like, "Can you cook these? Can you like cut these for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't mind helping in the kitchen. I like to cook. I'm not gonna say I like to cook. I like to help in the kitchen. I think it's more accurate. Like if you need something done, I like being there. Like when I was young, I was always with my mom in the kitchen. Like a lot of the stories I learned from my family, I learned because I was keeping my mom company in the kitchen while she was cooking. So in my subconscious, I know all the family recipes. I just don't know the family recipes. So yeah, Sanji for sure. That and an anime called Mushishi. The name GiNkO comes from the main character of that anime, whose name is GiNkO. That anime, yeah. Because ever since I came across that name, it's always been my go-to name for like avatar names or usernames or whatever. And it's funny. It's almost like a universal joke in a way because you saw the last video I did on the live. You saw where I was talking about how I don't like money. I don't like the monetary system. I don't like any of that shit. I understand that in order to be successful, to do what I want to do, money is kind of somewhat necessary for a point in time in my life. But I eventually want to get to a point where it's so abundant that I don't got to worry about money. I can just give it away because I have so much because of my success that I don't need it. Everybody around me is successful. We're good. And the rest I can just give away. Now, I forgot where I was going with that. GiNkO. So, the funny thing about it is GiNkO in Japanese translates to bank, as in something that has to do with money. And I hate money. But I love that character. And I love that name. It originally was just a name. When I started thinking about the brand and wanted to give it more depth, to give it more meaning, I made GiNkO an acronym. So it stands for generous, inspiration, ninja, knowledgeable, and optimistic. So, it's for you to be generous. Be generous to somebody, whoever needs some kind of kindness in the world. Be inspiration to whoever needs it at the time. Be a ninja. Like, do what you're going to do. Do what you're set out to do and do it. You don't got to tell nobody. Just focus on the goal and the mission and accomplish it. Knowledgeable. Be knowledgeable in everything that you're doing. Research. Do the research. Gain the knowledge. Gain the information that's necessary so that you can do what you need to do efficiently and at the best of your ability. And optimistic. Just be optimistic. Like, even I have, especially lately, I've had trouble being optimistic. Like, there's days where I have not posted anything like a fit pick or kicks of the day because I am not optimistic. I'm not in a good place, and I'm not trying to transmute that kind of like negative vibe to the internet, like where everybody has it. Now, that being said, next month I will be touching on men's mental health, and there are some videos that I've already recorded that I will be uploading next month, just to kind of give it that just to give that its attention and its space that it needs, but so that it doesn't dictate my life and the channel. Excuse me, and the channel and the brand. Like, I want it all to be as positive as it can be, but it's got to be real too. My life ain't always fucking sunshines and rainbows. The other day, my buddy was like, "You look like you're in a good mood. How come?" I was like, "Because I'm not in a bad one." That dictates my life a lot of the times. If I'm in a good mood, it's usually because I'm not in a bad one. That doesn't necessarily mean that something good is happening. It just means that my bad shit is to a minimum today, that I can actually appreciate just being alive right now. So, yeah. Without saying anything more on that, I completely forgot. Next question. Let's see. Current thoughts of the state of the anime industry. At some point, every anime we see is gonna kind of be like redone of another anime. I mean, but it stands to reason a little bit. At some point, you are gonna cap out on like everything you can think about. Like, all the original stories eventually will be done, or it's gonna be a lot harder to come into an original story. And to a lot of people, like, we're coming into a generation now where like I would say I'm first generation internet. I'm born '89, so like this generation of people that are on the internet, like, they're inspired from my generation and what we saw. So, like, obviously you're just gonna play off what you're inspired of and what motivates you, and that's gonna be my generational stuff. So, a buddy of mine started watching Black Clover recently, and he said, like, bro, this shit feels like Naruto, and I couldn't disagree with him. Like, there was some truth to that for sure. Well, How do I feel? As an artist, I feel that a lot of like, and I didn't notice this until somebody mentioned it, but a lot of the artwork is starting to look the same. Back in the day, you had like a Yu-Gi-Oh, Inuyasha, and Pokemon. All look completely fucking different. And nowadays, it's just I don't know. It feels harder to find a bigger difference between the two. There's a lot more similarities in the artwork of anime now than there was back in the day. Personally, that's how I feel about it. So, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. To all those watching, I appreciate y'all. Even if you're, even at this point, we're like 31 minutes in. If you're still watching me, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. You're doing me a kindness. Hopefully, it was something that you liked, something I spoke of that you fuck with. Um, yeah. So I had the AI make up 100 questions among several topics. Um, that was kind of like the anime shit. So we are getting into the wow. Well, I'm on the car after that. We're going to the car themed questions. Um, First JDM car that caught your eye: R34, Nissan Skyline, GTR. I said that wrong. R34, Nissan Skyline, GTR. My buddy was playing Tokyo Extreme Racer on Dreamcast, and we had just finished watching Fast and Furious, the first one. Like he had just, he was my first homie that had a DVD player. So his mom had bought a DVD player and Fast and the Furious same day, and we watched it at his house same day. And then like a weekend or two later, he ended up coming across this game, Tokyo Extreme Racer, and I went to his house and we played it. And I came across the R34 GTR. You can customize the car and everything like that. I had it all black and it looked like a Batmobile. If you know anything about me, Batman was my favorite. He was my favorite DC character, but he was my favorite comic book character of all time for years. Like my favorite hero. Like I was the kid with the towel and the fucking scrunchie and everything like that, or the hair clip, whatever was around to watch, to be Batman. Yo, I was him. So when I saw the 34, it was kind of like a streetcar Batmobile to me, because it was on all black on black. And it just looks sick, and it was smoking all the other cars. At this point, I didn't know the GTR was like Godzilla, the beast that it was. But yeah, R34 GTR. That's what got me into the JDM car scene for sure. Dream car and why? Again, the R34 GTR. We talking ultimate probably, like crazy shit. Tommy Kyra ZZ2. If I can get a hold of a Tommy Kyra ZZ2 for Gran Turismo 4 back in the days, ecstatic. But R34 GTR or a S15 Sylvia, like right now, those are the ones that I'm working towards. Classic JDM or modern JDM? If we're talking like 90s and 2000s classics, then I'm gonna go classics. Even 80. Give me my Hachiroku. Give me my S13 that I used to have. FCRX7. Yeah, give me my 90s, my 80s, 90s, and 2000s, yo. Have you ever owned a JDM car? So the first car I ever owned was an S13 240SX coupe, SE Sports Edition. So I had the heads-up display on the side. I had that car from high school since I was 15 and a half all the way up until last year when I was 34, sorry. there was a lady who was making a turn. I'm actually about to come up on the street where the accident happened right now. The lady was in the left lane to make a left. I was on the opposing traffic on the fast lane. And for whatever reason, she did not complete her turn, and she just stopped there. And I was going the speed limit. But at that point, it was too late. She stopped moving the vehicle at a certain distance, and then there was an accident. Her fault, not mine. Got my money for it and everything like that. But I was out in S13 240SX, so yeah. And I've also gotten a R32 GTR. There was a job I had a few years back that allowed me to get it, and then when COVID happened and all this shit, I had to get rid of the car because I couldn't keep up with the uptake. I didn't have the same car at that point, so my financial situation wasn't the same when I got the car. So like over time, it just wasn't cost effective, and I sold it to some white guy up north who I hope is still taking care of it. But yeah, R32 GTR and an S13, and now my goals are to get the S15, 2 models higher, and then the R34, also 2 models higher. 2 models higher. Also, my S13 and my R32 GTR were both 1991. So 1991 is a good year for me. The love of my life is born in 1991. So, yeah, there you go. Favorite car manufacturer, Nissan. What do you think makes them so iconic? I don't know. Liability, power, culture. What are your opinions on the rising prices of classic JDM cars? It sucks, obviously, but you know I'm a collector. I know how that shit goes, so not even gonna touch on that. Did you follow any famous JDM builders or tuners? I used to follow Hoonigan, Boso Garage in Cali. That's it, really. All right, that's a lot. That's a pretty good JDM one. Sneakers. What was the first pair of sneakers you were ever really excited to own? So the very first ones that I could think of in high school, I spent forever trying to find them, and I eventually did find them in California. There used to be a place called Discount Priceland, which is an indoors flea market, which no longer exists. There were some Air Force One mids that I wanted that were gray and white. They were like all gray with the swoosh wasn't white, the laces were white. The swoosh on the Velcro for the strap, that was white. And I think the Nike that's on the midsole was like white. Like, you know, you just have like a little, like a stripe kinda that goes through the midsole of an Air Force, where it says Air or Nike or somewhere, and then it goes across the shit. That shit was, as you know, I think that was gray, and then the whole rest of the midsole was white. It was sick. That was probably the first shoe that I wanted. Like, well, I wasn't even a sneaker collector at that point. I just wanted that shoe. I was always a sneakerhead, I think, all my life. I just didn't become a true sneakerhead till like a couple years ago. What is your favorite sneaker silhouette of all time? If I had to pick one now, it'd be a tie between Jordan 1s. Just because it looks like an Air Force, but like a slim fit version of an Air Force. And I fucked with Air Force heavy like forever. So then when I put Jordan 1s on my feet, I was like, these are the ones I really wanted. These are the ones that fit exactly how I want them to look. And then SB Dunks. SB Dunks, I used to skate. SB Dunks are comfy for me. They got a lot of cool colorways. The stories behind them are always dope. So yeah. Are you more into comfort or style? Probably style. I'm not opposed to just going to buy a fucking Dr. Scholl's insole and throwing it in the shoe and just making it a lot more comfy. Like, there's some Jordans that I do that for. Like, everybody complains that Jordan 1s aren't comfy, and they're not compared to a bunch of other shoes. If you get the Jordan 1 Zoom Comforts, that's the insole they should be fucking using on all GR released Jordan 1s, not just on the Zoom Comforts. But yeah, that's probably that. And like I said, Nike SBs. Oh no, we were on the style or comfort. Style. It's a plus when they do have comfort as well, like for sure. But I'd probably say I'm more in style. It's just I'm not a heavy person, so I can really be comfortable in a lot of shoes. It's usually the heavy people that have a little bit more issue with the comfort because all the weight going down on the feet. But for me, I think that would be my answer: style over comfort. Because Crocs are comfy, but they look ugly as fuck. I'm not wearing them. Do you consider yourself a sneakerhead? I do now. Just because I do collect. I follow sneaker pages. Like it is now like a personality of mine. It's changed my wardrobe. I've gone from wearing just like black and gray and whites and blue, like neutral colors, to like expanding my palette. Like I would have never worn. I would have never. You would have never seen me wear red like 3 years ago. Now I got red shirts. Fucking Chicago's are one of my favorite shoes of all time. They're red. My favorite beater shoes, they're red. The Nike SB Zoom Elites. One of my favorite, I think my favorite SB is the Chicago SB. That's red. So, it got me out of my bubble for sure. I got less than 2-3 minutes before I get there. So let's see what else I can answer. What is your favorite sneaker brand, Jordan or Nike? If I'm not mentioning any of the main ones, Saucony has become one of my favorites. Saucony got the Grid Shadow 2s. They kind of look like Air Max 1s, their silhouette. But Saucony has definitely become a shoe company that I look forward to see what they got.